Okay, give it to me.
The following the following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Dun, 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 dun.
Boom, 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 bing, bing. Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock. Okay.
Dun, dun,
Eli,
dun,
anytime I can
dun,
make you
dun,
break
dun,
character, I
dun,
think I
dun,
did good on
dun,
that.
dun, dun.
Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Blues Nursery Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, aka Satchel Page, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Bacon Burger Dog.
Oh, you are canceled. You are canceled for saying it. Only you know we're not allowed to even watch that show anymore. And shout out to our third co-host, the AI, which we'll be talking about more about it. Not that particular AI, but some more AI. Who we got here? Uh-oh. Is that who I think I see?
Jakey Poo.
The prodigal son returns.
He is back.
Shout out to Jakey Poo. Okay, so Jake is in the house. So we know we're gonna have a good show tonight. All right, so we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna keep going. And Jake, I'm so glad you're here because I'm gonna start off this podcast with a segment just for you because I didn't know if you were gonna be here or not. Okay, because Jake wants us to do more music reviews on here, so we're gonna do one. So yeah, so like I said, Eminem dropped a single this week and a video for his new album coming out. I don't know when the fuck it comes out. And here's my review of it. Trash. It sucks. There you go. Moving on past that. So, and Eli, I saw what I'm gonna talk more about that. Okay. The song was so trash, Eli, it made me rethink everything I knew about the 2000s. I was just like, was he always this bad? Did it always sound like this? Is it just me? Am I older? Is it me? I'm like, what is it? I don't know. And people were telling me, no, he's always sounded like this. It's always been trash. It's always been mid. You just was hyping him up. I'm like, no. Then I'll go back and listen to old stuff. I'm like, some of this stuff was good. But what the fuck is this? I don't know. Eli. I'm having a moment. What do you call it? Midlife crisis? I don't know. Some shit just listening to this Eminem bullshit. But yeah.
I heard he offended a lot of people. He offended the youngins. That's what I did hear.
He offended a lot of people. People breaking down his bars. I'm like, that's what he wants y'all to do, man. Because if you take away the offensive lines in the South Park shock value and shit like that, what's left? That's pretty much it. Honestly,
that is a good analogy. Yeah, South Park.
That's pretty much what it is, man. And you watch the whole video, and it just looked like he really doesn't want to be there. He's just like, I'm just doing this shit because it's not because he wants to do it. It's because he's obligated. He's got to do this shit, and he's basically saying that this is his last album. After this, he's gonna retire. I'm like, is this what you're putting out? You can go ahead and speed this process up, man. You can just get that on. We'll be fine. We'll be fine without you. So yeah. That's for you, Jake. Anyway, we're gonna move on past that. So we're gonna talk about a movie because I saw a movie this week. Yes, I actually saw a movie.
Good job.
Yeah, on Netflix. Because here's the thing: I actually had to renew my Netflix account, not for this piece of shit movie, for some other stuff. Hold on, let me see what we got. Let me see what Jake got. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bury to go the lead. Waiting for Drake versus Eminem. Okay, so that is not going to happen because Eminem says that since his daughters are fans of Drake, he's not going to beef with Drake. So there you go. It's not going to happen. But yeah, I didn't do that. A reason I went and got Netflix was because Godzilla Minus One. Don't Eli. Don't. I got a whole topic for it.
Okay.
So, just
I got it on right now.
I know
it's on constant.
Just on constant replay. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a chance to talk about it. We're gonna do that later on. Also,
we don't have to. We've already talked the shit out of Godzilla Minus One, but I'll suck its dick some more.
No. I got some new stuff we got to do because we saw it, but now the public has seen it. So I'm gonna give you a return for that. Okay. But the reason I also got on Netflix because of what was that? Okay, there's a movie coming out this week called Hitman. I want to see that. So I don't know if you heard
on
about
Netflix.
It, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Richard Linklater, his movie or whatever.
Really?
Anyway,
Hitman. I was thinking it was like the video game or some shit.
Nothing to do with the video game. No, it's it's like that new hot superstar actor guy. He's in it with Richard Linklater. So that's the thing right there. What else? And I think
Timothy Chalamet or whatever that dude.
Not him, the other one.
Oh, I saw Dune 2. I saw Dawn. I finally seen Dune 2.
You did see Dune 2. Okay.
Mhm.
No, we're
You
gonna
talk about your movie you saw.
Yeah, let me talk about my movie. Okay. Did you
Oh,
watch it? Okay.
subtitle.
Oh,
I watched it.
that's
Okay.
what I'm saying, Eli. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
Okay.
that. I know you got Bulgo's Bell just really like, ugh. Eli has a hard on right now when we talk about Godzilla. No, we're gonna get to it. So, okay. I don't know what this is. Anyway,
Thanks for listening. Yeah. What is his name?
What the hell? I was talking about this shitty J.Lo movie. Okay. Monkeys love bananas. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks for listening. All right, so let's get to this movie. Okay, so what we're gonna talk about is J.Lo dropped the movie on Netflix. Because here's the thing, what I want to talk. Reason I want to talk about this movie, Eli, because guess what the #1 movie on Netflix is right now? Boom, this movie. I'm just spoiling the plot for you. So this #1 movie, and the thing is, what I realize is that whatever drops on Netflix has more social media engagement and chatter and all the stuff like that than what drops in the theaters. For instance, nobody talked about Furiosa. Furiosa is already third in the box office by Garfield and If or Imaginary or whatever the fuck one of the movies is. So it's already third. It's done. It's about to leave the theaters. Meanwhile, social media is all talk about Atlas. Why? Because of how bad it is. But the point is, people are talking about it. People have seen it. We're not going to talk about Furiosa until it drops on Max. And then people are like, hey, y'all didn't tell me this movie was that good. Yes, we did tell you that movie was that good. You just weren't paying attention. So I realized that this is where the traffic's going, and this is what everybody's talking about, and this is what everybody wants to talk about. We're going to talk about, what's the name of the movie? Atlas. We're going to talk about Atlas. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Jake, let's see. Okay, what do we got here? Jennifer Lopez is so fine. She is, for her age. I'll be honest with you, Eli. There was some shots in this movie where she turned like a certain angle. You can tell she's in the 50s. That's what I'm saying.
Just talk.
Okay, my fault. My fault. Let's talk. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this movie. All right. So the reason we're gonna talk about this movie because what is this movie about? This movie is about Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sorry, who? Lopez? Okay, one of them. Jennifer Lopez versus AI, but it's not versus AI. She's teaming up with AI to fight AI. Okay, because let me see if I can give something to you. What do we got? This guy. Where's the guy? I don't have the guy. Okay, so the guy she's fighting is Simu Liu, the Shang-Chi guy.
Oh, really?
You didn't see Kim Convenience, did you?
No.
Okay, he was in that also. That's kind of where he got his claim to fame.
The Shang-Chi guy, the actor.
Shang-Chi guy. So he's a villain in this one, which is cool. So we got another Marvel dude playing a villain in a movie. So that's what he's fighting. So he's playing the not Terminator because they can't say it legally. You can't. But the whole point is he was like a servant AI bot, whatever like that turned on humanity, started genocide. Honestly, Terminator. It's Terminator, but it's not Terminator.
He was Skynet.
It's Skynet, but it's not Skynet.
Skynet. He's Skynet.
Skynet. There you go. Because they can't call it Skynet. So yeah. But so Jennifer Lawrence Lopez, shit. I keep getting confused, man. The point is she has to go after him. So he goes to another planet. The guy from Barbie. His official name in Barbie was Pompadour Ken. I don't know why I know that. I just know that, but whatever. Okay. Point is, he was in Barbie. He went to another planet because they kicked him off the planet because he tried to start the Butlerian jihad or whatever, So she went after him, tried to fight him, but she got ambushed, and so she got stuck in a AI robot herself. So the second half of the movie is just J.Lo in a robot suit. That's the movie. Now, okay, let me back up a little bit. Because the thing is, now I know everybody watches Netflix and everybody thinks that, and I know people that will just go out of their way to watch everything on Netflix. They just come home after work, put on Netflix, and whatever it is, they just watch it. Seasons, movies, TV shows, whatever like that. They know everything that's on it. I don't do that. Honestly, I think Netflix has a lot of crap on there. That's just me. That's just a bunch of just shovelware. They just throwing that shit. I may watch one time. Some movies I watch all the way through and then watch again. Some movies I can't make it through all the way through because they're just shit. But every now and then you get movies like Atlas. And I'll be honest with you, Eli. It was shit. But it wasn't as much shit as I was expecting, if that makes sense. Because my bar was like really, really, really low for this one. And matter of fact,
sometimes that happens. Yeah.
Something happened. And I'll be honest with you, the first 30 minutes of this movie, I was actually thinking I was going to get a good movie. I like, okay, this is surprising. I wasn't expecting this. Okay. But then when J.Lo got stuck in that robot on another planet, and that was the rest of the movie, I like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's the Netflix I remember. That's it. So it went down from there. But at the same time, it was J.Lo and her banter with the AI robot. It was entertaining enough to keep me going. So I was like, okay, this is entertaining for what it is, you know. So the point of the movie is, like I said, Eli, we've seen thousands of killer AI movies. Robots take over the world, so like that. But this flips the script. This is not only is Simu Liu like an evil AI robot like that, but she has to beat him with an AI robot. So it's almost like a buddy comedy, like a buddy cop movie with J.Lo and an AI robot. So it's almost like pro AI, which we've rarely seen those movies. Like this movie makes you embrace AI.
Iron Man and Jarvis and shit.
Okay, Iron Man and Jarvis, yeah. So there are some good AIs in movies. Not a whole lot, but a few of them in here. So just watching this movie makes you feel like, oh, because the whole point is like, yeah.
Spider-Man suit. Was it Veronica? What was her name?
Karen.
Rachel? Karen?
No, Karen.
Really?
Yeah, Karen.
Wasn't that that was what's his name's wife? That was Jennifer Connelly's
that was what
voice, right?
that was like an Easter egg. It was a gag because he played Jarvis, she played Karen, and they're married in real life. So yeah, that thing. Okay. That was they're
trying to be clever.
So they're trying to be clever. Nobody caught the joke, but it was clever, you know. So the whole thing about it is that it was supposed to be, this movie feels like very much pro AI. Because the thing about it, like I said, we have AI running this podcast, whether we like it or not. We got algorithms all over the place like that. So AI is a thing we can't fight. It's going to happen. The longer you resist, the worse it's going to get. So just bend over and spread. That's all I can tell you, because it's coming. You know, so my thing about this is that I feel like this movie is very much a 2024 movie when it's pro AI, because we've always said AI is evil, AI is evil, AI is going to kill us, shit like that. But this movie saying, oh, AI is going to save us and kill us at the same time. But, you know, baby steps. So that's the thing. Like I said, and I think a lot of people are hating on this movie because, like I said, I don't know if you noticed, Eli, we're like in the middle of a J.Lo hate train right now. Like everything she does, everybody hates it. She's been canceling the tours because nobody wants to see it. She made like shitty ass Amazon Prime movie documentary nobody wants to see. Every time you turn around and saying Ben Affleck is gonna divorce her, shit like that. Like everybody is just shitting on her for some reason like that. Now, me personally, I'm all aboard the J.Lo hate train. Honestly, I think it's long past due. I'm glad we're doing it right now. But my thing is this: I think that we do need to be objective. I do think we need to separate the art from the artist. So yes, we can have a J.Lo hate train and still be objective on a movie. Like we don't have to just go out and just trash a movie just because she's in it. That's the shit they did with Aquaman 2, just because they didn't like this chick, so they just trashed the whole damn movie. You know, just because she was in it. I
only spread freely. Well, thank you, Jake. Thanks a lot.
You don't spread for AI.
I'll turn it.
No, don't worry.
I'll turn it sideways.
Right. Okay. You may only want to.
I got a couple of bowling balls. Oh,
there you go. You may want to spread for Eli, but you will spread for AI. There's not a choice in it. So yeah. Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. So I didn't think the movie was as bad as everybody says it was. I feel like this, Eli. I'm gonna give it some praise. It was better than Rebel Moon. There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I actually watched a slasher movie on Tubi that I really enjoyed, and Tubi usually sucks for their. I mean, I don't think I've seen a good Tubi original yet.
I try to avoid Tubi movies, but yeah.
and then I watched one the other night. Shout out to Donut, Scary Movie Night. He was celebrating Pride Month, and he put on this slasher movie made by Danishka. I forget her name. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she directed the Slumber Party Massacre remake, which I loved. And she also directed the Banana Splits movie, which I also loved. And she made this new slasher movie called Killer Body Count. Fucking great. I was pleasantly surprised. I did not know Tubi had it in them. So yeah, you never know what gems are out there hiding on, shitty streaming services.
I mean, every now and then somebody's got
I
to,
won't say no. Tubi's got a good selection of of movies that we've seen before.
of real
classics.
movies. Tubi has a good selection. I agree.
Yeah,
with you.
they got some good stuff, especially when it comes to horror. There's a lot of gems on there. But yeah, their original content
They're pretty
has not been
terrible, man.
has
I
not
know
been
people.
that, yeah.
I know people in the city I'm in right now trying to make a movie for Tubi. So,
Oh no,
yeah. So that should
yeah,
tell
that's
you
your
something.
name. Yeah. Jake's got her name here, Danishka Esther Hazy. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not going to try. But yeah, I'm just saying I've been digging on her work lately, and
Okay.
killer
Back to
body
Sterling.
count.
Yes, Sterling K. Brown is in the movie, but here's the thing: everybody other than J.Lo is a glorified cameo. There you go. Even Simu Liu, who's the fucking main villain of this movie. This is a J.Lo movie, J.Lo centric movie. So if you want to watch J.Lo sit in a chair, argue with AI for an hour and 45 minutes, this is your movie. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna let you rate, but let me rate my movie first. Okay, so I'm gonna give Atlas a 3 out of 5. I'm cool with that. What you rate yours?
What? Oh, you're talking about the slasher movie?
No, J.Lo. yeah, slasher
Oh,
movie.
J.Lo. J.Lo, I give her a 2. No.
no. How about the slasher movie? Yeah.
Oh, I'll give that a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I enjoyed
4 out of 5.
it. I really
Okay.
enjoyed it. Killer body
Okay.
count. Go check it out on Tubi for free.
On Tubi.
You don't got to
for
subscribe
free.
for shit.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay. Tubi coming with it. I watch a lot of Tubi, but I try to stay away from the original shit.
I do too.
Okay, so here's the thing. So Tubi has both seasons of That's My Mama on there. So I watched it. It was actually pretty good. I liked it. It's some Easter, but I'm not gonna talk about this, my mama. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole, start giving you lore. We're not gonna do that, but yeah.
Speaking of rabbit holes, you know what I watched like a month or two ago? It just started playing, and I ended up watching almost a whole season. What's happening?
What's that? Okay, no, what's happening? What's happening now?
No, what's the OG? What's happening? The old set, like
OG,
70s.
what's happening? Okay,
yeah,
okay. I didn't know if Martin Lawrence showed up, whatever like that. Here's the thing about it. Okay, let's talk about why we talk about what's happening. I got to talk about what's happening now. Okay, because Martin Lawrence started on What's Happening Now, and there was this other dude that was like his buddy on What's Happening Now, and you could tell both of them were funny. And I'm thinking like, okay, Martin Lawrence gonna blow up, but the other guy never did anything. He just disappeared, like Bosom Buddies. Remember, I know you know Bosom Buddies.
Oh yeah, Tom Hanks.
Okay,
yeah,
Tom Hanks, and the other guy.
That,
Yeah, we all love Bosom, but that would never get made today. But yeah,
I've been watching Tom Hanks since he was on Happy Days when he kicked the shit out of Fonzie. Remember when Tom Hanks kicked the shit out of Fonzie?
Okay, yeah. I didn't see that episode. I only saw the episode where Fonzie jumped the shark in the leather jacket. Okay, but I didn't know Tom Hanks was there. But the thing was, like, Tom Hanks was funny on Bosom Buddies, and the other guy just disappeared. Like, what happened to the other guy? Why can't? Or Bill and Ted, Keanu Reeves, and the other guy. And the other guy just never. I mean, I guess he did some stuff, but that's all I'm saying. Why the other guy never blows up?
Shit. So we have a question. Just some girl without a mustache is asking our favorite superhero.
Oh, okay.
It's a slow show. We want to go down this rabbit hole.
We're just going to name it. We're going to name it and move. We're going to name it and move because otherwise we're going to get way off track. We've actually said this several times on the podcast. I already know Eli's answer. Eli knows my answer. Superman. There you go.
Okay.
Eli, what you got?
I guess
we're getting in and getting out. We're dipping and dabbing.
I'll say the Hulk. I'm gonna say the Hulk. Okay.
I knew you were gonna say the Hulk. Okay, there you go. We're moving.
Oh,
we're moving
shit! I thought you were gonna say Batman.
You know fucking well I was not gonna say Batman. You know me long
I
enough.
Was gonna say Batman.
Oh no, I knew you weren't gonna say Batman. I knew you were gonna say the Hulk.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
like you knew I was gonna say Batman. No, that was. Now you triggered me. Okay, let's move on. All right, now we're gonna talk about something we both want to talk about. We got another one. Okay. Oh, anyway. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about something we both.
Jake doesn't know what doesn't know what's happening. I
Damn, Jake.
Is he trying to be clever?
Do you get any of our references?
I think
Jake?
He's trying to be clever.
No. I don't think he does. I don't think he doesn't get any of our references. He just disagrees with the shit.
He probably doesn't know what's happening is. Yeah. Even what's happening now came out probably before it's born.
Right. Even that shit was like early 80s. Did you know Raj wasn't on like the last 2 seasons of What's Happening Now? All they kept saying, he's on business trip. But he was actually fired from the show.
What the fuck? He popped up in something like recently, and he was old, and then I felt old, and I'm like, God damn, that's Raj from What's Happening. I'm like,
Right.
and
But
he's old.
he would look like Raj for like a while. I guess he's old now. But even like he was like Everybody Hates Chris or something like that. He still like Raj, Raj like
Maybe
Raj.
that's what I saw. No, it wasn't that. He had,
No, because that shit was like 20 years ago.
yeah, that was it was like something like recent, like, and I was like, damn, he's up there. Shit.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about something you want to talk about. Even though I know you don't want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it anyway. Godzilla Minus One. Reason we're going to talk about Godzilla Minus One because it finally dropped on Netflix. That's where we're at. Hold on. What do we got? Let's see. I thought Martin Lawrence.
Oh no. He was on.
No.
Way, yeah.
See, now we got to get saturated again. Okay, here's the thing about Bad Boys, the first Bad Boys. I don't know if anybody noticed it, the movie was so long ago that Martin Lawrence was the main actor on that. He was the draw. And Will Smith was kind of the sidekick on that movie. Like you watch it, Martin Lawrence was top billing, and he had most of the screen time. Will Smith kind of just there. So that was before Will Smith got big and famous. So, what do we got here? Nope, we don't. We don't do manga at all. Sorry. But I will say I'm into Dragon Ball, and that's about it. Naruto, and that's about it. But as far as the other stuff, no. This is not I have to say this all the time. Yeah. Sorry, some girl with a mustache. We are the comic bullies, not the anime bullies. We don't follow any manga past, what was it, Eli, 1995? I think that's what it was.
Pretty much. My kid was really into like Attack on Titan, and he got into the mangas too.
Yeah.
And I read those faster than I could watch the show. I feel manga goes by faster.
Well, the thing is, those animes got a whole lot of filler in them and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like I said, anything before 1995, we don't watch. We don't pay attention to. All right. So Eli, we're gonna talk about Godzilla. The reason we're talking about Godzilla because Godzilla Minus One. I know there's a lot of Godzilla movies out there. People are confused. So Godzilla. Okay. We're gonna get to it, Jake. That's the thing. So the Netflix version of Godzilla Minus One has both on there. I don't know if people realize that, but they have both. They have both the English sub and the English dub. They're both on there. So you don't have to choose. You can pick whichever one you want to. Now, I would like to make a recommendation. If you're going to watch it in Japanese, Japanese language with English subs if you have to, or just don't watch. Just watch in Japanese altogether. Just be done with it. You get the full effect. Do not watch the English dub. Don't do that. Matter of fact, don't do that with anime. Don't do that with Godzilla. Don't do that with anything that came from Japan. Don't even do that with video games. If it's in Japanese, read in Japanese. Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to watch Godzilla Minus One in English dub. You're going to hear some guy like, Samanosuke, are you sure you want to do kamikaze? Some Midwestern dude with a big... No. You want to get it in full Japanese version. That's what you want. So
Tetsuo!
Don't. You're right. You want all of that.
Kaneda! Yeah.
That's a throwback reference right there. But yeah, it's all good. Western comics are too, obviously.
Oh yeah. Well, Leroy up there, he don't like indie shit. He's only about the big two.
No.
Ninja Turtles.
Okay. Hold on. I would be in the indie shit, but since I have you here to read it to me,
I guess I read the indie shit.
You do the heavy lifting for me. Yeah, that's the thing. Now, if you weren't here, then if I had like some other guy that just did all the shit, then I would do that stuff that you read.
Like, was Last Ronin the last comic you read that wasn't from the big two?
No, James Bond.
Oh, that's right.
See there.
Okay.
Trying to put me in a box. Oh, Minus One was fire. Just watched it today. Never go for the dubs. It comes out. Thank you. Okay, yes. So the reason I want to talk about that. We
agreed. Just some girl.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason I want to talk about that is because I'm getting some feedback from it. Because like I said, Eli, I know you saw my post. I put it out there. Godzilla Minus One is on Netflix, and people have seen it because when I put stuff out there, people will, go see what I posted on there. Now, I do want people to know when I posted Madam Web was on Netflix, that does not mean I thought Madam Web was a good movie. So don't go in my inbox and DM saying, you told me to watch Madam Web. You said it was a good movie. No, I didn't. I just said it was there. That's it. So now Godzilla Minus One is there. Now, Eli, like I said, last on for the new people that listen to this podcast right now, Go check out our best movies of 2023. The podcast we did, the last podcast we did 2023. Of both our lists, we put Godzilla Minus One as our number one movies. I put it there. Eli put it there. We both put it there. But I'm hearing people are saying they don't like the movie, Eli.
Oh well.
Do you know why though? I mean, I got some feedback.
Because they like Madam Web.
Right? They didn't like Madam Web. Here's the thing: what they're saying, it's too much talking.
There's too much talking.
There's too much talking. That's what they're saying. Like, what? Yeah, they gotta talk, man. It's part of a plot. It can't just be just action all day. Like they actually trying to set up a plot and character. They don't care. They just want to see Godzilla just blow shit up. Like this. You gotta have suspense to it the whole time. If you just have them just blow up shit the whole time, that's how you get, Kong versus Godzilla and shit. Like you actually want to. There we go. There you go, Jake. Let's see what we got.
America, fuck yeah.
Oh, America, fuck yeah. And that's when I started realizing, Eli, I actually thought about that before even Godzilla vs. Kong even came out, that I realized that some people are going to like that movie better than Godzilla Minus One just because, sensibilities or I'm not going to get into it, but that's the thing. But like I said, even though we consider Godzilla Minus One real movie, cinema, Academy Award winner, all stuff like that. Masterpiece. Yes. Cinematic classic. This movie you need to watch. I realized it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's the reason why I gave it a 4.5, not a 5 or 6.5, anything like that, because I knew those criticisms were going to come up. And like I said, I can't recommend it just everybody. But if you're into, I guess, cinema, you're going to love this movie.
I mean, kaiju movies, Godzilla movies, monster movies, or whatever, that is a niche sort of subgenre. Right. That sort of has its own little following. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, they do tend to be a little campy and they rely on the cheese factor. But yeah, I mean, Godzilla Minus One is like the one to see,
Right.
If Godzilla's not your thing, Godzilla Minus One just might.
And that's the thing, like people do go in with their preconceived notions on this movie. Like we tell people Godzilla Minus One is coming out, and people are going to say, oh, okay, they say it's the best Godzilla movie of all time. So they have in their mind what they think a Godzilla movie is supposed to be, and they think it's supposed to surpass that. Go and see this movie because of our recommendation. Yeah. So we go in there and they see it. That's just like, okay, this wasn't. I was expecting talking.
I wasn't expecting plot,
right, plot in a Godzilla movie. Matter of fact, I told one of my coworkers, that yes, Godzilla Minus One just came on Netflix. He's like, what's that? I'm like, oh man, it's my favorite movie of 2023. I was in the theater, man, everybody was crying in the movie theater. He's like, you assholes were crying at a Godzilla movie? Like, really? So They made me look like the dumbest ass idiot ever just saying. I mean, even when you say it out loud, it doesn't make any sense,
Well, yeah, I mean, it does. It's that's the thing. It's like, this is a Godzilla movie that, had me tearing up. Even when I watched it the other night, I was
right. But when you tell people that haven't seen the movie, have no idea what it, so they think it's like if I saw Godzilla versus Kong and I come out the theater like, this is the greatest movie ever. Like that's what they're thinking, because that crazy ass movie. So I made a bet with the guy. Eli. You watch the movie. If you don't cry, I'll cover your shift. So,
oh no shit,
we're gonna see how that goes.
So no podcast next week. No.
Leroy had to work. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, can we move on past that next part of the podcast?
Sure. What's he saying? Some girls, people that didn't like the film, probably the same people that be scrolling through their TikTok for 10 hours a day. Yes. That's what I think. Everyone's talking. We want to talk about the movie. The box office bombing and, people not going to movies. I think that's why. I think there's a culture shift.
TikTok has killed people's attention spans. Yes.
Yeah. YouTube, just social media. I think just the younger generation is just what they find entertaining.
That's their entertainment. That's their entertainment right there.
Yeah. So, they're just not into movies like us old fuckers are, I guess.
Movies to be our religious experience. We go there, we see movies like that. They're not really into it like that. Guys.
I mean, you can watch a movie.
Like bro working overtime. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. He hadn't watched it yet, so we're gonna see now. If he comes back and tell me he cried watching it, then the podcast is on. So yeah. Let's see.
I mean, I yes, Jake. I watch a lot of TikTok too. I'm barely on Facebook anymore. I watch a lot of TikTok.
I'll be honest with you. I don't watch TikTok because I see what it's doing to society. I don't want to be that guy yelling at clouds and stuff like that.
But I still
see
watch movies, though. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I still watch movies. I mean, yeah, I watch TikTok for stupid shit. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. It's not my sole thing of entertainment. I don't
and for some
interact on
people,
TikTok
it is. For some people, it is. They will watch TikTok all day, hour long, just like as long as you're watching movies and TV shows. They're on TikTok just that long.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that, but I do. Yeah, I've been into TikTok, for a while because I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I can't talk shit like I used to on Facebook.
Gmo,
I'm like
Gmo,
Gmo.
is that you? Gilmo, give me a shout out. That's you.
Okay. I gotta check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. And Eli, that's why we're not on TikTok. I'm trying to be. You know how we're trying to fight AI? I'm trying to fight TikTok. I'm trying to be the last person holding off, but I mean, if something goes along, YouTube.
But I'm watching like gardening videos and shit on TikTok. I subscribe to a bunch of gardeners and shit.
Okay, so you're not watching twerk videos like me and shit. Okay.
Well, I do that. Yeah, I do that too. But
okay. I just want to make sure I'm not alone in it. That's all.
Yeah, I went for the twerking, stayed for the gardening. Yeah.
Okay. Gilmo. Shout out to Gilmo. Okay. All right. So
what up?
All right. So all right, can we move to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
We're trying to. I don't know if we can, but we're gonna try to. Eli, you're up.
We got no. Yeah, what part? We're just talking shit. We got no format.
Right. I'm trying to get focused, and everybody keep bombarding us with stuff like that, which is cool. I'm trying to wade through the madness and stuff like that. So yeah. So you're up. Okay. So what we got?
I'm up. What am I talking about? What did I do?
Oh, I forgot you can't read it. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avengers Assemble. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what is it? June 15th, 16th. Avengers Assemble, the first Avengers movie. They are releasing a Lakota language dub on Disney Plus. So
which
it'll
we
be the
did
Avengers.
talk about that before, but some more news came out. So yeah.
Yeah. The Lakota. Yeah. So Avengers will be released in the Lakota language, and they got the original cast to participate. So yes, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Hemsworth, Jeremy Renner, ScarJo, Mark Ruffalo. I think Mark Ruffalo is the one who got it started because Mark Ruffalo is like involved in a lot of indigenous activism. And,
he was at Standing Rock, wasn't he?
He was at Standing Rock. Yeah. So yeah. So he's probably the one who kind of like got the cast involved. So so the Lakota, indigenous tribe from South Dakota, they are dubbing the Avengers movie into their language, which I think is pretty cool. And they've done that before. They've got like Star Wars in Navajo. I know they've done like Finding Nemo and stuff like that. But this is the first time they actually got the original cast.
Because I was never expecting that.
Yeah. So the OG cast of the Avengers reunited for this project. So you will be hearing Robert Downey Jr., ScarJo, the whole cast speaking Lakota. So I think that's pretty cool. Good for the culture, for the Lakota, nation, and, preserving their culture, preserving their language, getting the language into people's houses.
Gives me an excuse to watch the movie again.
So. Yes. Yeah, there you go. You'll be hearing Lakota. And so that's a cool thing. And also it'll piss off all the assholes, all the anti-woke assholes who will, get triggered by it. It's going to piss them off. So that's always fun.
Oh, so. Eli, you spoiled the next segment for me already, but okay.
We know who they are. The anti-woke.
We know who they
assholes, outraged over stupid shit, acting all tough. But really, they're just a bunch of soft nipples, getting chafed all the time and super sensitive. A big pack of tits is what they are. But yeah, so they'll get pissed off over this shit, which will put a smile on my face. So, and it's the closest thing to my language, as y'all know. I mean, for those who don't know, I am Dakota. I am indigenous from living up here in Minnesota. I am Dakota, not Lakota. That's sort of the same tribe, but different regions. I am in the eastern northern woods in Minnesota. The Lakota are out towards South Dakota and the plains. So different regions, different dialects, but similar. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm stoked. I think it's really cool. And like I said, cultural preservation, I'm here for it.
I almost feel like I think we should review it when it comes out, just cause.
Yeah.
Did we ever review? We weren't around when. Well, we was around, but I mean, we weren't around. The podcast wasn't around when the Avengers came out.
No,
I don't think.
Well, because of what's funny is like, had the Avengers not been as successful as it was, we wouldn't have this podcast.
There's a lot of podcasts that wouldn't be around without Avengers. So
yeah.
So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Okay. Speaking of triggered, okay, we're gonna move to the video game section.
Okay.
Now, Eli, I cut all the video game bullshit. I cut out no Akuma, no Street Fighter shit this week, no Call of Duty shit this week. No, we're gonna talk about Major League Baseball. Even though I know it had nothing to do with video games, I'm basically counting because it may be the show. I guess that counts. We'll count it. All right. I mean, so for those that don't know,
they do have baseball games. So
they do have baseball games, so I'm counting it. Yeah. All right. So for those that don't know, a big thing that happened this week is that MLB, the Major League Baseball, has announced that the Negro League stats are going to be added officially into the Major League Baseball stats also. So they're all going to be one thing. Before they were separate, now they're together. And as you know, Eli, a lot of people are upset. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why people are upset. Okay. I guess you kind of figured, but yeah. Because you know why they're upset. Because what happens is that now all the stat leaders that used to be up top, all types of turvy now, people showing up. So Ty Cobb is no longer the career batting average. Josh Gibson is the career batting average. Damn. So people are like, how dare you do this? This is a market mistake. Now, for those who don't know, everybody who knows baseball knows Josh Gibson. Everybody knows Josh Gibson, even back then when they were saying Babe Ruth was like the best this and had the most home runs and shit like that. Josh Gibson was beating his record then. So, and we can also talk about that when and don't think the Negro League was some Rudy Poo league also, because the major leagues and the Negro League used to play once a year. The Negro League would beat them. So the better players was in the Negro League. And they kept them out for that. Hold on. Let me see. Before I really go into it, let me see what we got. Let's see. Yeah, that's all. So that's why people are pissed, because they want this guy to be the number one stat. They don't have that guy to be number one stat. So that's it. But like I said, just glad Josh Gibson is getting his stats. Eli, can I say something maybe not too good of Jackie Robinson?
You said it. I guess I'm saying it too. Man. Are you getting?
You saying it too.
Don't get us more death threats. That's all I'm saying.
No more death threats. No more death threats. Okay, I just want to say something about Jackie Robinson. We all know what Jackie Robinson did for the sport of the league. But I'm gonna say that. I do want to say this though. Jackie Robinson, of course, came from the Negro League, and he was the first black player to come from the major cross to the Major League Baseball. We all know this. However, I do want to say that Jackie Robinson was not the best player in the Negro League when he came over. He was not the best player. What he was, the most marketable player. He was the most well-spoken. He didn't have any crazy alcoholic or baby mamas chasing after him, shit like that. And he was good looking. Like he could have, if he didn't play baseball, he would have been a movie star, basically. So that's what it was. But there were better players in the Negro League, but they couldn't cross over when he crossed over because, they weren't the full package like he was. Like, for instance, like Josh Gibson, because Josh Gibson had his own issues. Satchel Paige, like if you see my name right there, Leroy Satchel Paige was the best baseball player to come out of the Negro League. Also, the oldest pitcher to ever win the World Series. He was 42 at the time, and he may have been older because they think he might have lied about his age. So that's the thing right there. Both of them were like the star players of the Negro League, and they thought they were going to be the one to cross over, but they didn't have the look. So there we go. So that wasn't too bad about Jackie Robinson, Let's see. For the longest time, although Robinson was only black player, like I said, he opened the door because Satchel Paige eventually did go over to the Negro League after Jackie Robinson opened up the door. So that was a good thing. So. All right, so glad the Negro League is finally getting their just due. Matter of fact, the Negro League is in MLB The Show, Eli. So yeah, I can play the little team, play them again. The video game.
Oh, the game. Oh, that's like there's a show.
The video game. I'm sorry, I gotta. Yeah, see.
We never. My brain makes all this shit. Did you watch A League of Their Own? That Amazon show.
I did. Did I not talk about that on here?
Did we not talk
I'm
about
not
it?
gonna talk about that. I seen it, but I'm not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. Ask me about it next month.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That being said, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, this comic bullies, but we're talking about comic books, and we're just gonna jump into it. And Eli, I'm gonna let you go first because I think you got a book I wanna hear about.
HELLVERINE? HELLVERINE?
Okay, now before we get into the HELLVERINE thing, so this wasn't a book before. This was like a thing in a Wolverine comic, I think.
Yeah, this is Benjamin Percy. So he's sort of, kind of piggybacking off of his Ghost Rider Wolverine run that he's been doing, So it sort of relates to the Ghost Rider run he's been writing. So
Because basically HELLVERINE is Ghost Rider and Wolverine combined. And since you were already writing both books, like it's like having your peanut butter and your jelly.
Well, Wolverine with the spirit of vengeance, or is it?
Right. Well, you're talking about the bucket for.
Oh,
Jake, you late. We already did that, Jake. That's why you got to be on time, Jake.
He wants us to talk about it.
We already did. We may revisit. I'll probably revisit after comic day, but yeah.
the Deadpool sex toy.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Wolverine sex toy.
I think they made a Deadpool also. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we got HELLVERINE.
Yes, HELLVERINE, written by Benjamin Percy, who, like I said, he's been writing the Wolverine, which actually ended his Wolverine run ended this week, number 50.
With 50, so it's 50 was the last issue. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't read that.
I did read it. I'm not going to talk about it. It's all right.
Okay.
It just, the Sabretooth War, it went on for 10 issues. It didn't even go on for 10 issues. It just dragged, you know what I'm saying?
That's okay. If they call war, you want a war. 10 issues is a war. So yeah.
Yeah, it just dragged. It was like 4 issues too long, 5 issues too long. It should have been 5 issues instead of 10. But Sabretooth does get fucked up. They fuck Sabretooth. Okay. And Wolverine got his powers back because of that fucking suit that Ford made.
You got to put the toys back in the toy box. They know the whole whatever Rise of X and all this shit. So
and yes, Jake, that art is badass. Is that Ada? Who did that cover? Or is it Stegman? It might have been Stegman. Ryan Stegman did that cover?
Stegman didn't draw the book, did he?
No, it wasn't I think Stegman might have drew the cover though.
Okay.
And Ryan Stegman's been dope. He did the fucking Venom run with Donny Cates and shit. So yeah, no, that is that.
I thought Stegman went back with Spawn.
He might be there, but no, Stegman's supposed to be drawing something else. Is he drawing the X-Men?
That's what I thought. I thought he was drawing like not X-Men, is he?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming back to Marvel. He's supposed to be doing like a big Marvel book, I hear.
Okay.
I'm not
because I think I've been hearing his name lately because I know he went off to go do other stuff. But
yeah. So, anyways, here we go. HELLVERINE. This is, like I said, spinning out of Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider run, which has been awesome. I highly recommend it. I've been on it. It's been great. And this refers to, you read this, right? When Wolverine got possessed by that demon. The Wolverine Ghost Rider crossover book that happened.
See, I didn't make it that far when he got possessed by the. Wait, no, that's right. He did get possessed by the demon. You're right.
Yeah, and this kid was like making those fucked up sculptures out of dismembered body parts for
out of people. Yeah, I remember that because he was like a mutant or some shit, right?
Yeah, and it was and then ended up possessing Wolverine. Ghost Rider came and drove the demon out, sent it back to hell. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, somebody that looks like Wolverine is going around with being possessed by that demon, fucking the place up, going after villains, going after like bad guys and shit, and fucking them up.
But it's not a Wolverine clone like that, is it?
I'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
that government facility, the Project Hellfire, those scientists that were experimenting on Danny Ketch and all that. and trying to harness hellfire, trying to weaponize hellfire. They're after this Wolverine demon guy that's going around killing people.
So Wolverine and Ghost Rider just let him just run around, just
No, they don't know. They're like, hey, what the hell is this thing? They don't know what it is. So they find Wolverine. They actually find Logan. So here's like a guy. There's some human traffickers in this scene, in this beginning scene. There's some human traffickers. There's a corrupt priest. They all wind up dead, like sliced up. And, they find footage of basically a Wolverine with the spirit of vengeance, with a demon possessed Wolverine. So these scientists, the Hellfire Project, they find Logan drunk in a bar as usual, and they're like, "Yo, we have footage of what looks like you going around murdering people, but we know it's not you." And he's like, "Yeah, it's not me because Ghost Rider drove that demon out of me." It's like, "Well, let me see the footage." So they show him the footage of this Wolverine with fire, slicing up a bunch of bad guys, and Wolverine looks and he sees the tattoos. He's like, "Holy shit, I recognize that tattoo."
That's
Dakin, my son.
Draken? Okay, his son.
Dakin.
Okay.
I always call him Dakin. Is it Dakin?
Dakin? I don't know.
Dakin?
I guess we'll go with that.
Thanos?
Right.
Dormammu. I don't. Anyways, it's Wolverine's son, Dakin, who was killed by Sabretooth in the Sabretooth War that took 10 issues to get through.
Right.
Anyways, he must have went to hell and got possessed by this demon. So it's Wolverine's son, Dakin, possessed by this demon, going around slicing up people. So now Logan's got to go get him.
Okay, but why does Dakin have 3 claws? I thought he had 2 claws.
I don't fucking know, man. I thought he had 1.
Oh, maybe. Shit, now you... Damn, I don't
fucking know.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So basically Logan versus his son, or has to go track down his demonic undead son. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I was gonna get into this. I'm kind of getting burnt out on all this demon shit, because I've been reading Ghost Rider, I've been reading the Hulk, and now this Blood Hunt. All this there's like a lot of horror going around
in the summertime, which is so weird. I don't know. Like, you can't say this for like Halloween or something.
Yeah, we've been dealing with a lot of like horror stuff, demons and hell and traveling to hell and all that shit. So I've been kind of getting burnt out on it, but I did enjoy this. I was like, wow, I was pleasantly surprised. So I think I might get the next issue. So
this is like a limited run,
I'll give it a 4
right?
out of 5. Yeah, it's just a mini series, and it's probably gonna, put, Dakin back into the toy box too.
Oh, right, because he got chopped in half or thrown in the refrigerator or whatever the fuck happened to him. So
yeah. Just some girl. Yeah, this, like I said, the Benjamin Percy Ghost Rider run has been great. It's been a lot of fun. So.
Who is this? Koi Lee? Mobley.
He says he's more of a manga person too. Hey, there you go.
We know everybody's a manga person.
Everybody's into manga. They're so damn expensive though.
They really are. You get more bang for your buck. You get a bunch of pages. So when they finally drop,
yeah.
Sorry, Mobley. We appreciate you coming in. We don't do manga. That's just our policy, our rule. Nothing before 1995. I feel like that.
We're just old. That's all.
Basically, yeah. We're not like you TikTokers, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got here? All right. The first book I'm going to do is, and I think you read this, we're going to do Ultimate Spider-Man number. What are we on? 5 right now?
5, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man number 5. They're still in the ultimate universe, where Peter Parker is old. Like us. He's got a family, kids, all stuff like that, and he's got Spider-Man powers. But this isn't about Spider-Man. This book isn't about Spider-Man. This issue is about Green Goblin. Not Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn is kind of say how he became, because I don't think we don't know how Harry Osborn became Green Goblin in this universe.
Remember I was saying, watch, it's going to be Gwen, or it's going to be Mary Jane, or it's going to be J. Jonah. We thought it was we didn't think it was gonna be Harry in that suit.
Right. We didn't know. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get this comment right here. Here we go. There it is. Oh, he's 1994. Okay, so there you go. So we don't do any manga older than Jake. There you go. That's the cutoff rule. Wooded paper. All right, so we're gonna start off with that. Okay, like I said, this is basically the Harry Osborn manga people. These are my people. Like I said, we got no problem with manga. We love manga. We love people that love manga. We just don't do it. That's just our thing. Oh, well, yeah, it's all good. It's like comics. I just grew up in manga. Mike Minogue, yes, Mike Minogue is one of the gods. One of the goats.
Oh.
Either one. Gods,
Oh,
goats,
yeah.
whatever you got.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about bloop. Gonna talk about Green Goblin, not Green Goblin, Spider-Man. So book starts off with Norman Osborn. This is actually months ago. They don't say how many months ago. It was months ago. Norman Osborn is on the phone with Harry Osborn because there's a big meeting, big thing about to happen, big event going on right now, and Harry Osborn is late, and Norman is basically just being a dad. He was like, "Why are your ass not here? You're Osborn. You're supposed to be on late. I taught you better than this. You're out doing some bullshit again. Why are you not doing that?" And basically, he like really said some fucked up shit. So like, "Do you remember my favorite memory of you, Harry?" They're like, "Yeah, that time we played catch." No, the time when you stopped being a boy and start being a man. Thing is, I haven't seen it happen yet, so I don't have that memory. But I'm waiting for that memory to happen. So while he's just yelling at his son, cussing at his son, stuff like that, he sees this big meteor coming, and boom, blows up that part of Manhattan. Even though the meteor wasn't near his building, it was so big it blew it up anyway. This shit happened like in the Ultimate Avengers comic run.
Yeah, this is this. So for those who don't know, this is the Ultimate Universe.
Right. Not the 616, nothing to do with the 616. This is completely different timeline. So
and this is
Norman
this is where
Osborn's,
the maker made a new universe where there's no superheroes.
Explain the maker.
Oh, the man. Evil Reed Richards.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Mr. Fantastic. Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic. Okay. So a few weeks later, like I said, they've had the funeral. They're reading. Harry's getting read the will with his wife, Gwen Stacy. For those who don't know, it's supposed to be a shocker thing right there. And basically, it's exactly what they thought. He has Oscorp. He's the head owner of Oscorp. He's like, cool. But Gwen is like really happy for it. So I guess that's foreshadowing right now. And then he also gives him a king chess piece. He was like, well, what is that from? I don't know what it means, but I know where it came from. So he wants to see you. So he goes to meet the kingpin. And he turns to, and you just let him in. And he looks to the right, they frisk him. And he turns to the right, and he sees a guy with an eye patch. We'll find out who the guy with the eye patch is later on, or maybe we won't. I don't know. And he sees the kingpin. And the kingpin tells her, like, do you know who I am? And he's like, yeah, of course I know you are. You're just Wilson Fisk, respected businessman, influencer, blah, 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 all stuff like that. Everybody knows you, well respected. He's like, cool. Now tell me something everybody doesn't know about me. He was like, okay, well, I'm hearing some stuff going on right now that you're the shadow governor of the New York State, and you're also the kingpin of Manhattan. He was like, well, he just tips the glass. He's like, I'm not there yet, but I will be. And he was like, but I got one problem. See, everybody that's left at the Stain Stark Enterprises, I don't know who I can trust and who I can trust. And Harris is like, well, that's not my problem. He was like, well, it could be if I sell the company to you. So boom. So now Harry owns Oscorp and Stark Enterprises. So he has this one of his guys hack into it, and what does he find? Boom, Iron Man suits. Because he found some kind of heat signature back there, like that. It's deserted back there. They find out everything on the laptop and everything on his monitor was there because the hacker was good enough to hack into his thing right there. And Green's like, wait, who are you again? He's like, Otto Octavius. So,
dun, 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 dun.
Right, this is Dr. Octopus, but pre-power, all that shit like that. So anyway,
1994 Dr. Octopus.
Right.
The 1994 Andrew.
Yeah. So, and he was able to hack into it. And so he found out everything that Tony Stark knew before all that shit went down, like the Maker, the World, the Confederacy, all that bullshit. They know it now. They weren't supposed to know it, but they know it now. So they get to work. So, and she makes Gwen makes Otto sign another NDA. She's like, if you don't sign this NDA, I'm not going to play with all these toys in here. He was like, well, where do I sign? He did, because He's evil, mad scientist, something like that. So what they do, so this is where the Green Goblin came from. They took an old Iron Man suit and they tried to paint it all black, but the way the suit worked is that it made the colors come out green. So he wasn't trying to make it green; it just came out green because it was like too hard to paint. So we're like, fine, just do what they.
Yeah,
just,
it wasn't
as long
made
as
out of some weird metal. They never knew what it was.
They
like
never
the
really.
vault.
They said it's titanium, but it's not titanium. What they say?
Yeah, it's the vault was made out of this metal they couldn't get into and shit.
Because they said like the titanium was like self healing or some shit like that.
Yeah,
yeah. So basically, the Green Goblin suit in this universe is an Iron Man suit. And why is he wearing? Why does he have a glider? Is because even though it's an arc reactor, they're not sure. Basically, they don't want to waste the energy of the turning on the arc reactor to turn on thruster. So just do a repulsor tech with the glider. It's safer, easier. So that's why he wears a glider, even though he's wearing an Iron Man suit. So because they don't trust they know how to work everything on it. So basically, he's showing him the Green Goblin suit. He's showing him, look, this is what Tony Stark saw 2 weeks ago or some shit like that. And this is what he saw 2 days ago from what you're seeing right now. And it goes in like boom. So what he's seeing is like all Stark tech spread all over the world. Like, what the hell happened? You're like, well, take the suit and go find out. So he takes the suit and he find out where all this Stark tech was. So we know what's going on. The Maker took everybody's powers from this universe, and Tony Stark spread the shit back out. So all those red dots are the powers that he spread all over the planet. So yeah. So okay, so this goes back to what, issue 2, I think, or 4, 3.
2 or 3.
Issue
2 or 3, yeah.
2 or 3, something like that.
We're talking about the Shocker when Shocker was
the Shocker.
Yeah, it might have been 2. Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah,
might have been 2. This is the first time Spider-Man showed up in a Spider-Man book. So yeah, so he just got his ass kicked by the Shocker, and the Shocker just bounced out because we don't know what happened to the Shocker after he left. Even though we saw Green Goblin was like on his trail, but we didn't see what happened there. Now we're seeing what happened. So Green Goblin shows up and like, you have something that doesn't belong to you. And he was just like, what are you talking about? He was like, and Shocker's just getting ready to shock him. And Green Goblin just, boom, turned the gloves off. Because he knows all the Stark tech. Since he owns Stark tech, he knows how to turn Stark tech shit off. So he was like, yeah, I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the gloves. The gloves will don't belong to you. So tell me, where'd you get the gloves from? He was like, if I tell you, will you let me keep the money? You're like, yeah, I don't care. Take it. Yeah. Just where you got the glove. So apparently he went into somebody's apartment. He was going to rob somebody's apartment. And he found the dude already dead. I think he killed him. I think he's making the shit up, but yeah. And he sees Tony Stark with a hologram over him telling him, you need to do this, you need to do that, blah, blah, stuff like that. And the guy just took the gloves. He like, the glove right there, so I'm just taking them. So he like, you know what? I think I'm going to keep the gloves. They mine. And bam, he smacks him in the head. And he was like, well, that's supposed to hurt. Like,
so that's the thing. Is like that's the cool thing, too, is like the Shocker's gloves are Stark tech.
Right. They're Stark, like everything's Stark tech. Right. The Green Goblin Stark tech. So yeah. And he was like, yes, he said the same thing. He said the same thing to Spider-Man. He was like, I got a wife, I got a kids, don't do that. And he just smacks shit out of him and he leaves the money. He doesn't take the money. He just takes the gloves because you see he's got his hands out, so he basically took the gloves. So and basically, since he knows where all the Stark tech is, he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And basically just telling him we need to have dinner with our wives, double date, and just really just talk this stuff out. Because he's trying to recruit him to save the world. Not the world, but the world. I'm not going to get into that. You know what I mean? All right. So while he's doing all that, he's also the next day, and now we're caught up to present day. And he is, he's torturing one of Kingpin's henchmen. Now, they never say who the henchman is, but all we know is that the guy has an eye patch with a bullseye on it. So it's pretty easy to guess that that's probably Bullseye, And he's torturing him to tell him everything he knows about Kingpin, because the Kingpin, since Howard Stark died, it looked like the Confederacy named Kingpin as his successor. And Harry Osborn wants to know everything about it. He was like, you're not ready for this. You're not ready. You want to be a hero, but you're not a hero, because everybody wants to be a hero until it costs something. And he was like, and that's my dad always said. My dad always said whether or not I was going to be a boy or I was going to be a man. And I guess whether I'm a hero or a villain. And I guess we're going to find out today before he goes to torturing them. So to be continued. So now we're getting into the Hickman stuff. We was all in the Spider-Man. Now we're getting here. I was like, when the Hickman stuff coming? Okay. Like Sinister 6. Kinda, not really. No. So, uh, let's see. I
As
thought that
long as
was a
they're
dude
very
from.
well, it's New York. They're all kind of show up in each other's books.
Yeah, everybody fights everybody. So yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, Eli, I'm still on. We're getting more of this world fleshed out. I'm still waiting for
I
Hickman
was
to just
a,
go ahead and drop his Avengers book. So yeah.
yeah, and like I was like, I think I mean I haven't read the other like Hickman books, but the whole thing with Tony Stark and the bomb that went off and all that shit, I was like, what the hell is going on a little bit? But
Right.
I figured it out. I could figure it out.
Yeah, it
But I
was
did
all in
like
that
how
Avengers shit. That yeah.
yeah, and I liked how you can sense the jealousy of Harry because Tony Stark gave him that conversation they had. Oh, Tony Stark just handed you the suit. I had to
Right.
find out the hard way. So
Right. He did say yeah.
yeah, and like so Harry's like, well, Peter must be special and I'm not. So you can sense that's going to be the jealousy that Harry that's the start of their their villainy. How they become enemies.
Right.
Harry's always been jealous of Peter.
Right. But the
So
thing is, like, the suit wasn't technically meant for him. It was meant for Norman. So I
yeah,
was wondering if Tony was going to give the suit to Norman.
yeah. Either
Yeah.
way, he was talking to Peter like, "Oh, Tony Stark just gave you that suit."
Mhm.
And he didn't give me nothing. I had to find out all this on my own.
Right.
You
And
know,
he knows, like, and Harry knows who runs the world. Like,
yeah,
that's some big shit right there.
yeah.
So
So yeah, we can see the seeds being planted.
right.
We can see the Hickman shit. He's planting those seeds. That's
We knew
gonna,
it was coming. We knew it was
yeah,
eventually going to hit. So
yeah,
yeah. Even the Black Panther book, even
yeah,
though I kind of dropped it, it's leading to all that world shit also. So all these books are converging. They all coming together. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Overall, I'm gonna
let's
give it a
stop the
4 out of 5.
score.
I still like it, even though I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, even though we're kind of getting away from the slice of life shit that the Spider-Man books have been about. Like, I want some more Mayday, some more Mary Jane. But I'm cool with this because we need to know about Harry before the story can go on. If he's gonna
Oh,
be a big part of the story. So yeah.
okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Um,
what's your score? Yeah.
oh no, I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said, I was a little confused, but then I figured it out.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read all the other books. So
Okay. Yeah. That's Hickman for you. So yeah.
yeah.
All right. So yes, what you got next?
I guess I'll do this. Is it Midnight Suns Blood Hunt?
Midnight Suns Blood Hunt. Okay.
Yes.
What
So
if I told you, Eli, this won't be the only Blood Hunt book we do tonight?
oh no shit! Did you read a Blood Hunt? Did you read the Black Panther one?
I did. I'm obligated. I
Okay.
had to. Yeah.
Well, Blood Hunt's been kind of okay, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It's been a little mid. I mean, it's the summer blockbuster. The world's been taken over by vampires. Blade seems to be a villain right now, leading the whole all the vampires to take over the world.
Dracula's an Avenger trying to fight him. So
Dracula's an Avenger now. Yeah, it's Marvel's summer event, Blood Hunt. Vampires are taking over the world. The Avengers got to stop them. All this shit. Anyways, the Midnight Suns, and this is the only tie-in that I've.
That's why the Midnight Suns are here, because they've already taken out the Avengers, so they need a new team to take them out.
Yeah. So and plus, the only reason why I bought this is because Brian Hill wrote this, and Brian Hill was writing the Blade book.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
And the Ghost Rider book.
And that was
that was him.
No.
Oh no, you're right. Benjamin Percy wrote the Ghost Rider book.
Yeah.
Brian Hill wrote the Blade book. You're right. My fault.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay.
So this is, and they teased that the Midnight Suns will be returning and Brian Hill will be writing it. So that's only why I bought this, even though it's a Blood Hunt book. I'm like, I got to check out Brian Hill writing.
Oh, are you telling me this whole crossover is a backdoor pilot?
Probably.
Okay.
They get that's all that happens in this book. They're getting the team together. Blade's being an asshole. He's going around killing everybody. He's like, leading the vampires and taking over the world and killing people and shit. Killing all his friends. Here he goes and he kills a bunch of his homies. His police force back in Russia or whatever.
He had a police force. I didn't know. I
Yeah,
thought it was
that's
just him. I thought he was just like the lone sheriff. I didn't know he had
his
a police
whole
force.
his crew. Anyways, this was like his crew, and he kills them all, and he like cries about it. He actually cries about it. You know, he actually sheds tears. So he's obviously not himself.
Isn't he trying to kill his daughter too?
I don't know. She's on the Avengers now.
Right. I think he's looking for her, and Dracula's like keeping him from her, like keep trying to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Anyways, Tulip, that his homie from the Blade book that was helping him in the Blade series, she finds Danny Ketch, and she's like, "Yo, Blade's gone crazy. He's taking over the world with vampires. We got to go stop him." And Danny's like, "That doesn't sound like the Blade I know." And she's like, "Yeah, no shit." So then they go find Johnny Blaze, and they're like, "Hey, Blade's kind of going nuts. What's up with him? We better go find him." And so then they find Victoria Montesi. Is that how you say her name? She's from the Darkhold book way back in the 90s, the early 90s, the whole Midnight Sun shit back in the early 90s with Lilith. They find her, and she's doing all these magic spells and shit, and she figured out a way to resurrect Lilith. And
why would they want to do that?
And she has a magic spell to control her.
Okay.
So
that's not going to go wrong.
Yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, we got to go find Blade and figure out why he's being an asshole. He must be possessed. He can't be doing this on his own by his own will." So yeah, let's go find him. And so that's how it basically happens. They get the team together. We got Danny Ketch, Johnny Blaze, Victoria, and Tulip, and they have control over Lilith. And they're gonna go try and find Blade. So this is just a 3-issue miniseries, but that
no Morbius.
No, not yet. Not yet. No, but Morbius was part of that group.
He was part of the group. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the Punisher joined him for a little bit. So
yeah, but didn't he have like powers and shit when he did it?
No, not really.
Wait, it was regular. Okay.
But Johnny Blaze. That's the only knock I got on this book. Is Johnny Blaze, back in the 90s, he looked like a biker. He had long hair.
But he had that shotgun that shot Hellfire.
Yeah, he rode a chopper. He had the shotgun that shot Hellfire and shit. He looked all badass. This one, he's all short hair. He looks like Jake Paul.
Yeah, they got continuity. They just can't say, "Oh, I'm a hillbilly rocker now with Hellfire shotgun."
He looks
after they've been doing all that stuff. Yeah,
he looks like a frat boy. But other than that, this is fine. Like I said, Brian Hill, writing the Midnight Sun. So I'll check it out. It's only 3 issues. This is probably the only Blood Hunt tie-in that I'll read. Because did you see that checklist of Blood Hunt?
Oh man.
There's like 1,000 books.
I'm not reading all that shit. I'm not reading any of that shit. I'm just reading some of it.
I was just reading the main book, and I was like, fuck all the tie-ins, but I might stick with the Midnight Sun. So
I don't know. I might jump back on the main books like that, but it was like honestly, I'm gonna tell you why I did this. Okay, so the book I'm going, stop scoring.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay. All right. So like I said, finishing up with Blood. What are we doing? A Blood Hunt minute or some shit?
Yeah, sure.
Why are we doing this? All right. So the Blood Hunt minute. The reason we're doing Blood Hunt is because, okay, Eli, Comixology or whatever's left of Comixology. Sometimes they'll have runs on there, like they'll show you like the best-selling books of the week. Now, normally when I do a Black Panther book and I gotta like search for a Black Panther book, it's like way down the list, 100, 150 like that. This was like top 10. Like a Black Panther book in the top 10, that's rare. So obviously people are going to be talking about it. So since I'm supposed to be the Black Panther expert, I guess I'll let me pick this book up. Just because if people ask me questions about it, and I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, you're not an expert. Fuck you. Go back and do what the fuck you doing. So let me read this book, see what's going on. Blood Hunt. Black Panther's a vampire. That's the book. So let's get to it. I'm gonna just run through the shit as fast as possible. All right. So book starts off in the ancestral plane. Okay. So Black Panther's running from Panthers in the ancestral plane because he's a vampire and he's getting chased by Panthers. Now, are these Panthers bossed, whatever? Are they ex-Black Panthers, former Black Panthers that did? I don't know. The astral plane is all confusing and shit like that. Anyway, they're pissed off at him because he came there with the vampire bite in them, which is going to infect them, which is going to infect Bast. So they're like, what did you bring that virus here for? They're like, because I need y'all to get this virus out of me. Like, it doesn't work that way. It works both ways. So the Panther attacks him, Bast or his ancestors were like that, attacks him and drowns him. So like, that's it, because Wakanda will never fall again. And they just leave while he's drowned. And then he wakes up in the Temple of Bast. I gotta get the Thanos, you know, shit. So and it turns out he has an empty case of the herb, you know, that gave his powers to begin with. He drunk it again. Why did he drink it? Because he thought that if he drank the herb again, it would cure his vampirism. It didn't. So while he's making all the noise, he's got people coming down and looking for him. They hear noise and shit like that. He's trying to sneak away from him. Guards, somebody drunk the gate, because you're not supposed to do that. That's punishable by death for doing that shit. If you're, you know, if you drink it without the permission. So they're trying to catch him. He just jumping all over him and shit like that, runs away from him. Before they go, they were like, death is your only option for you, traitor. And then he just takes off his mask like, I am your king. Put the knives down. Since he says that, and they just put them all down, because since he's a vampire, he hypnotized them by accident. He didn't mean to do that, but he did that. So that's one of his vampire powers. So he snaps his finger like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? So he just walks past him. He's like, okay, shit. So he's standing on a panther statue, and he gets a message from Blade, like, if you don't. So the reason he's in Wakanda, because Blade sent him here to get a thing from Wakanda and send it back to the spaceship that the Avengers are going, because he's hijacked the spaceship. Blade, when he took the herb, even though it didn't cure him of vampirism, it kind of like calmed him down a little bit to get his senses back. So he's a little bit outside of Blade's control right now. So he's like, Blade, you don't control me. I do the fuck I want to. I'm gonna save Wakanda from vampire, because basically vampires are all over Wakanda. So he's trying to save the city. So he's there, and he fights the odds, the ads, the eight, whatever, a demon fly going around chopping up people like that. And she's like, and the demon can smell the vampirism on Black Panther. So he's like, get your own victims, get the fuck away from me. So Black Panther like smack the shit out of him, and he flies off like, look, I'm not gonna fight this hard for him. Plus, the curse will take you over anyway. So the fly leaves, and Black Panther look at all the bleeding bodies all on the ground and shit like that. And he's just looking, and he's like, maybe nobody will notice. So he's like, so the thirst is taking him over. But before he can like dig in and give him a little late night snack, bam, he gets a knife to his throat. And who is it? Shuri. So Shuri has a knife to his throat right there. And before she can chop his head off, actually what she does is slices her own hand and just says, drink. So
that's cute.
Yeah, because he's been holding off the thirst as long as he could, but he's like, fuck it, I'm just start drinking. So he just starts drinking, and he almost like sucks all of Shuri's blood out until he looks at Shuri's eyes and sees her crying. And I get it, it's kind of like you got a family member, you kind of like, you know, enabling them when they I see what it is. So this is, for me, this is a powerful panel right there.
No, that's actually quite moving. Yeah,
that's quite moving, because when he sees her, that makes him stop. She's like, okay. And so she was just like, okay. And then so that demon that he would kill, she rises up from the grave, and she's about to do shit, and Shuri just blasts shit at her like, now you ain't gonna do shit. So Shuri's like, yeah, done with her. So yeah, so Shuri has a plan. She's like, look, T'Challa, I got a plan. It's risky, but the thing is, I need an Avenger to help me out. And since I don't see any of the Avengers around other than you want to help me out? And while she's talking, he's already left. He does like the whole Batman thing on her, like, T'Challa, what the fuck? Where you at? So he's gone. Basically, he's trying to like fight some more vampires and shit like that. So he sees their vampires going around. So he just jumps down, smacks it up. Oh, and the war dogs are here, the dogs of war, the Hatut Zarasi, or whatever you call them. So they're just going to war, fighting everybody, shit like that. Actually, some really bloody panels like that. He spears one of these guys in the face and shit, you know, while stabbing another one.
Damn.
And then he just finally falls out. So this is 24 hours after the sun went under. And he's exhausted. You know, he can't go anymore. He's got no energy, because since he doesn't want to drink blood, it's like he's going without eating, and he's exhausted himself. And that's when Blade's like, see, if you just would have just done what I told you to do and just gave into the thirst, you wouldn't be passed out right now. You know, so, and that's when he slashed at him, but he's not there. He's just like trying to fight him and shit like that. Like, stop fighting it. Stop fighting me, you know. And he tries to just get out of there and run away. And Shuri is basically talking to him, and Shuri's just like, wait, who are you talking? Because he was like cursing out Blade and shit like that. Get away from me, you demon. And she's like, who are you talking to? So it's Shuri the whole time and telling, and Shuri's basically like, I got a plan, but I need you right here, T'Challa, to execute this plan. But T'Challa knows it's only a matter of time before the thirst finally takes him over. So his plan is to just go into the woods. So he goes to the woods and just exiles himself. You know, he cuts off all communication with Shuri, cuts off communication with Vidja, so nobody can catch up with him. And while he's in the woods, he is stalked by a panther, a real panther this time, not a god or whatever like that. And the book ends with him fighting a panther. To be continued. So it's actually another book after this. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen after that, but yeah.
So
So
there's 1,000 tie-ins to this thing.
Yeah, 1,000 times with this. One thing I did like about this book, it reminded me of the one thing I did like about the last Black Panther book. You know, where he was like stalking the city like Batman and shit like that in the burning T'Chaka shit. He's doing that in this book also, even though he's in the Golden City, which he never done that before, because you know he's still blending in with the shadows and shit like that. So I like that they're keeping that, you know, aesthetic. So yeah. Overall, man, 3.5 out of 5. It was cool, but it's really a throwaway book. But yeah, it's whatever.
So who wrote this?
Somebody you don't know. Somebody I don't know. I just picked it up just because with you.
Well, who's writing the? No, it's that Hickman is doing the ultimate Black
Hickman's
Panther.
doing ultimate, yeah.
But who is doing? Is the other Black Panther book still going on?
No. You talking about the 616 book that Abe Ewan was writing?
Yeah.
They canceled that shit like months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
That book's done.
Yeah, because I did fall off of that book.
Well, yeah, I read every book except I reviewed every book except the last one. I didn't read the last one, but I was like, at that point, why?
Yeah,
they cancel shit anyway. So yeah. So right now, so the only Black Panther books right now is the Ultimate books and this. This is it. So are we getting prior comics from?
Who do you think should write? How is this one doing? Like, because I mean, what you just reviewed, I didn't read it, but I kind of thought it was all right. You know.
That was saying it was all right. It had some stuff in it. It had some good moments in there. But I just honestly, this whole event. That's the thing.
Yeah, like
this whole event
this wasn't the event. If it wasn't tied to this event, like, do you think this person, whoever's writing, has a shot at the new run or whatever? I don't know.
I'd have to see more. I had to see more. I won't say this issue knocked me off my socks, but it wasn't bad. It had some stuff in there that I like. Okay, I kind of like this
because that was all right. That sounded pretty cool. It's for a tie into this event. That was more interesting than the main book.
I agree. I agree with you on that one. So yeah.
So it's like that, and then like I said, I enjoyed the Midnight Suns book more than I did the main book. So
yeah,
I don't know.
So I don't know. So hopefully they'll come with it. But like I said, I won't make a decision yet. I'll check out. I'll put it like this: it's enough to make me check out the next issue, and I'll see where we go from there. So yeah. So all right. So what you got next?
I will do Django Fett #3.
Django.
Yeah.
Django. Okay.
So this is the Star Wars book. Django.
Not Jamie Foxx. Okay.
So this is Django Fett, Boba Fett's dad. So this obviously takes place before Attack of the Clones because we all know he died in Attack of the Clones. So he's a bounty hunter. He's on a job trying to locate the thief who stole this ancient relic that is supposed to bring peace to these two warring planets. As usual, every bounty hunter in the galaxy is after this thing. He is getting close, of course. And he's also got Aura Singh after him, too.
Okay.
Aura Singh is another bounty hunter. And this just starts out like a Western. Yeah, he walks into a saloon and just has a gunfight. And this is just a gunslinger, Old West shit. That's all this book is. I can bring you in
cold or I can bring you in warm.
Basically, that's what he says. You know? And he has a shootout with them. He's a badass. He does all his cool shit. Aura Singh shows up and basically teams up like, hey, we're both looking for they actually find the guy, this thief. And he's like, I don't have that thing with them, but you guys can have it as long as you don't kill me and blah, blah, blah. So Aura Singh ends up teaming up with Django Fett. So it's Aura Singh, Django Fett with this thief and they're gonna go get that relic, and that's kind of all that happens in this book. It's just it's just an Old West.
Okay, so he did go in there looking for a target.
Yeah, he was looking for the thief.
Okay,
and and he finds the thief, and then Aura Singh shows up. They have a disagreement, and they fight. They have a little bit of a skirmish, and then agree to work with each other. And so, because all the other bounty hunters are after them, so they're gonna team up, split the profits, and it's just a simple crime Old West story with Star Wars shit, and that's all you need. That's all you need to do.
I mean, this opening in it is pretty good. Yeah,
it's cool. Like I was like, yeah, it's Ethan Sachs who wrote the Bounty Hunters book that I read for like a few years, and that's all it is. It's just crime stories in the Star Wars universe, Old West, outlaw, gangster, thugs doing dirt shit in the Star Wars universe. And that's all it is. Like I said, just do genre stories incorporated into Star Wars. You don't have to cram all this crap into it. Luke Skywalker isn't in here. No, you know what I mean? Or any of the big characters. It's just Jango Fett doing bounty hunter thug shit. And it's cool. So this is the third issue. I think there's 4 or 5. Either way, I've been reading it. I'm still going to, I've been pleasantly surprised by this book. I checked out the first issue. That wasn't bad. Second issue, that wasn't bad. This one, I'm like, hey, I'm still on it. So yeah, 4 out of 5.
Nice. Okay. All right. Okay, Eli, I'm doing my retro.
Okay.
Still doing the retro. We're still doing Cap. Yeah, I'm still sticking with that. Streets of Poison. We're actually more than halfway there now.
Okay.
So let me see. So for those that don't know, that haven't been keeping up what's going on, I've been doing a retro series with Captain America, Streets of Poison. It was back in the 1990, where he's fighting the war on drugs. And he's losing because this turned out in the last issue, we just found out that Captain America actually inhaled some crystal meth. So he's on crystal meth, running through the city, beating the shit out of people, high as hell. So yeah, America. That's what you want for your superhero. And as you can see in this issue, he fights Daredevil. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So the book starts off with what do we have here? Here we go. Okay. So yeah, the book starts. Last issue, Diamondback got shot in a drive-by shooting. Yeah, she got shot. The devil, So she got shot. She kicked John Jameson out of the way so he wouldn't get shot. And now she's full of bullet holes. Where she got bullet holes on the back and shit like that. So John Jameson, like, what the fuck just happened? And he sees Diamondback, and she's passed out. But he sees the slugs on the ground. I can't show you right now, but the slugs on the ground. So they actually didn't penetrate. There's no blood on the ground. The slugs that hit the ground. So obviously she's wearing Kevlar. So yeah, but she passed out in conscious because of the pain took her out, so like that. And he realized that they weren't even the targets anyway. They were trying to take out the building behind them. They were trying to send a message because I think they sell crack outside there, so that's why they shot him. Anyway, move past that. Now we're going to move on to Captain America, who is looking for a crack dealer, meth dealer. Yeah, he's looking for a crack dealer named Jerkweed. Yeah. And Jerkweed won't find us. He was like, where are you, Jerkweed? I thought you was a man. I thought you were a real man, Jerkweed. You're going to hide behind a skirt. You're going to hide behind these people. You know what? I think you're chicken, Jerkweed. But I know how to get a chicken out of hiding. Here, chicky. And I looked at Captain America like, he's fucking crazy, And that's when Jerkweed finally exposed himself. And Jerkweed like, Captain America, get the hell out of here before I shoot this guy. And Jerkweed like, what the hell, Jerkweed? Because that's one of his customers, So Captain America's like, I don't like when you take innocent bystanders, Jerkweed. He was just like, okay, put the shield down, or if this guy gets it. He's like, you want to put the shield down? Where you want to put it down? On the ground? He's like, yeah, put it on the ground. And Captain America just throws it right at his face, and it chops off the barrel of the gun. You're like, what the fuck? So, and then Captain America just flies out, scum. I hate it when innocents are threatened. So we're gonna do this the easy way, Jerkweed. Now we got to do this the hard way. Like, what's the hard way? And then he just jumps out of the window, jumps on a sky cycle, and flies him like a mile high in the air and hangs him, just dangles him. He's like, what the fuck wrong with you? Captain America doesn't do this. Fuck are you, Batman? He doesn't say Batman because legally he can't say that, but yeah. And he just holding him. He was like, look, I may be strong, but my arm is starting to get tired, jerkweed. So like, what do you want? I take anything. They're like, cool. So I want you to tell me about a certain person, everything you know about him. Wilson Fisk. So, and jerkweed just spills all the details on him. So meanwhile, we cut to so these guys, and they've been going around killing crackerjacks. Like, yeah, we cold smoke these crackerjacks on the streets. That's what they call the crackheads like that. We cold smoke them. And then they see a bum. He was like, hold up, let me chill this fool, ground chuck. I didn't get to kill anybody because I was riding around when y'all was smoking fools. And then the bum just turns around and just, boom, hits him with trash with pinpoint accuracy. So now we know who the bum is. Obviously, it's Bullseye. He was like, oh, I'm gonna get him. And then boom, hits him. And then they're like, okay, so the only one left is Chucky, who is Ground Chuck. And he just like make a move. And he doesn't even move. Ground Chuck's like, nah, why? So you kill me? You're like, good. So he reaches in the pocket, grabs the gun. He's like, don't you know these things are dangerous? He's like, okay, we're gonna go for a ride, Ground Chuck. You can be my chauffeur. And you're gonna tell me everything you know about who's supplying this. And because I don't want to know about who's running the street, who's selling the meth. I want to know who's putting the money behind the meth. And you're gonna tell me everything you know. And while they drive off. And while they're driving off, then we cut to okay. We got the Kingpin. We got the Kingpin in Little Italy. He is on date night with Typhoid Mary. So yeah.
There you go.
There you go. And he notice how he has all those portions in front of him. Typhoid Mary got the little bit thing right here. He's a big boy. He got to eat. So yeah. So he's basically talking to him about, okay, so I got word from Bullseye. Bullseye's doing good. And that's when Captain America shows like, Kingpin, I heard the spaghetti here sucks. And before he could do anything, all his bodyguards start reaching shit like that. He was like, yeah, give me an excuse. Yeah, do it. And then he's like, no, remain seated. Don't move. He was like, if you don't mind, Kingpin. And he repeatedly calls him Kingpin because you're not supposed to call Kingpin if you don't work for Kingpin, or don't call him Kingpin in public. And Captain America just repeatedly calls him that. So he takes this guy, throws him out of the seat, dislocates his shoulder. He was like, I want to sit here and eat some of this nasty ass spaghetti. So he's just talking to him. He just like, I heard you the man to talk to, Kingpin. He was like, what are you talking about? So he started eating some nasty ass spaghetti. He was like, first off, Kingpin, your guys are out of control right now. People are getting shot left and right in the street right now. You can't keep your guys in line. And he was just like, and that's when Kingpin tried to tell him, like, look, Captain America, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a respectable businessman. So all this gang war shit going on right now, I don't know what you're talking about. Plus, what makes you think that it's all internal? What makes you think that the guy can't keep his soldiers in line? What do you think that maybe another guy is trying to take over that turf? Captain America like, and who might this guy be, Kingpin? He's like, why should I tell you anything? Because I know, Kingpin, you're losing money with all this shit going on right now. So it'd be in your best interest to help me get these guys off the streets. He was like, look, Captain America, if I knew who was over this stuff, I would tell you. I promise you I would. I'm not even joking about that. But like I said, I am a respectable businessman. But let's say if I wasn't a respectable businessman, let's say if I did know what you were talking about. If you happen to find out, Captain America, who's behind all this senseless killings, how about you tell me who's doing it? And if you tell me who's doing it, I might owe you a favor. He was like, nah, I won't owe the Kingpin a crime a favor. So he just drinks and just leave. And then the bodyguard finally say, you want me to shoot this guy, Kingpin? I'm like, man, sit your ass down. So Kingpin's walking out, and that's when Daredevil finally shows up. Daredevil like, what the devil you doing here? And the thing is, before we get to that, we're going to talk to Diamondback. Diamondback is waking up. She's been shot, and she's like, I need to get to the shower and whatever. So, and we cut to Lowlife. Lowlife is the dude that's been over the meth heads right now and been sending his guys out to shoot crack dealers. And while Lowlife is on the phone, he like, where's Ground Chuck? I ain't seen Ground Chuck in a while. And that's when he gets a gun to his head, and he just like, and his bullseye's there, like, if you want to meet Ground Chuck, I can show you where I put him. But until then, you can tell me everything about the guy that's putting money behind you. So at the same time, while Captain America is working his way up the crack dealers, Bullseye is working his way up the meth dealers. They're like yin and yang right now. So yeah. So anyway, Captain America and Daredevil finally have it out, and Captain America like, what are you doing here? He was like, look, Cap, the streets are talking. Everybody knows about all the crazy shit you're doing on there. You're throwing drug dealers out of windows, hanging them from buildings, smacking people around like that. And I just want to make sure you're not doing anything before you regret it. He's like, I'm not doing anything I regret. But what you can do to help me is that you can take your hands off me. And he grabs his hand, like, oh, he's about to break my wrist. So he like does it real quick and smacks him in the face. And like, oh, that's how you want to play it. The devil's got some fight. So he like, bam, gets ready to stab his face. He was like, as fast as he was going with it, he realized that would have connected, that would have took his head off. So Daredevil like, okay, I only got one chance. I got to run away from this guy fast as possible. The reason he's running away, not because he's scared and he's a chicken, because he know Captain America's going to go for his go-to move and throw his shield. So he's got his radar move with him. He's like, okay, I got my radar sensors. Finally, Captain America threw his shield because I can't beat him without that shield. So he boom, grabs it with the with his baton, throws it. He's like, oops, I'm bad at frisbee. So now he can go with Cap one-on-one. He's like, oh, that's how you want to play it. He was like, and Captain America swinging it because Captain America's so crazy, but he was like, who sent you? The Avengers? The Commission? Are they gonna make you the new Captain America? And Devil like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, yeah, he's crazy. And his heart racing so much because he got so much meth in his system. Daredevil can't read his body language. So he trying to like stick and move, like get some good hits on him, stuff like that, and thinking that will like tag Cap and move away, but it's not enough. So Cap grabs him, throws him into the swing because in the playground right now. And Daredevil's like, okay, well, it's gonna be one-on-one. Let's go. So Daredevil, bam, tags Cap in the face, and boom, Cap's just like, that's the best you got. And that's when Daredevil realized he fucked up. So then he tries to stop Cap, kicks him and stuff like that. Cap's just blocking him and stuff like that. And the whole time, Daredevil been trying to dodge Cap's punch because he realized one punch is all it's going to take him out. Boom, leaves up open. Cap gets him. Boom, and knocks his ass out. And Cap's like, okay, stay your ass down because if you get up again, I'm going to whoop your ass again. And Daredevil just didn't get up. He's like, good choice. And he walks off. And that's when Crossbone walks up. To be continued.
Okay.
So what does Crossbone have to do with this? We will find out. So yeah. So all that Captain America's Daredevil, we know
he's a pimp.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. he's pimping on the streets, stuff like that. So but we will find out. Crossbones has a big deal going on with this right now. Oh, and next issue is saying Daredevil versus Crossbone. So who wins between that? So yeah. Like I said, this issue 4. There's 7 parts of this, so we got 3 more left.
Damn.
This is where it's a long issue. I don't know why it's so, but
that's
the more the shit goes on,
rare for like that era, you know.
For that era to go that long, yeah. Normally it's like 2 issues, 3 issues, get in, get out. But yeah, this is like you know what? Actually, around the 90s, they started doing longer because that's when the trades started coming out. Because they know if they did like 6 issues, 7 issues, they could sell it as a trade.
Yeah.
So this is around the time when they start testing this stuff out. So yeah. All right. Because like I said, they put this on a trade very, very quickly. Anything else you got, Eli? Or
no, that's about it. I mean, I read Ultimate Spidey. I read that's about it. I read that Dawn Runner, number 3, that kaiju mech book.
I remember that book. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a part 2 out.
Yeah, it's issue 3 now. That's still been going cool. Yeah, that's about it. I was waiting. There was a couple. Well, I've been reading that Creature from the Black Lagoon on Image. I thought that was out this week. I heard it was out, but it wasn't on Comixology, and something else I wanted to read that I thought was out this week and wasn't. I couldn't get it. I can't remember. Is it? Oh shit. Grommets. It's called Grommets. It's a Rick Remender skate punk book that I think Brian Posehn helped write, whatever. I don't know. I was gonna check that out, but it wasn't out. It wasn't on Comixology, so gotta wait. Okay. I guess. So.
Maybe it is just hiding it. Who knows? So yeah. All right.
That, I'm pretty much booked out.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Appreciate y'all checking out. Eli, we had 100 listeners just in this stream.
Yeah, there was that. Thanks for everybody listening, y'all. That was
Even if you dipped in and dipped out, we appreciate you coming in. Like I said, all we need is shout out to Gilmore because I didn't know he was listening to us like that. So yeah. If you listen as long, like I said, all we really require if you do check it in or don't check us out, 30 seconds. We require 30 seconds. If you do 30 seconds, that helps your algorithm. I've done the math. I've done it. I know. So next week, Eli, we doing it. We doing Acolyte.
Yeah. Acolyte comes out this week.
Okay, I didn't know if you were boycotting because everybody else is, so I didn't know. So, yeah.
No, my nipples aren't that sensitive.
Okay, all right, so we're doing okay.
Are you doing?
Eli
Is it
gave us
bad?
the
What about
ghost.
Bad Boys? Are you doing Bad Boys?
No,
No. Okay.
no, we're doing Acolyte. We're doing Acolyte next week. That's what we're doing. I'm watching it.
Okay,
We're doing that
okay.
because I feel like going anywhere.
Oh, Jake wants Bad Boys. He has a request.
We'll see. We'll see. I wasn't on the list, but we'll see how it goes.
Aren't you gonna go see it though?
Not really. I wouldn't plan on it.
Oh,
I would tell you this.
okay.
I would tell you this though. I would tell you this. I think I have a feeling that Bad Boys will be the highest grossing movie of this weekend so far.
Okay.
The reason I think that is because of their marketing. Because that's what everybody's been fucking up at. Their marketing has been fucking up. Other than, Dune, sex buckets, like that. Let's talk about these sex buckets for a second. Okay, because Jake wanted to talk, because I didn't know Jake was still here. We can talk about it now. So, Jake, if you didn't know what happened, so yeah, we not we talked about should I show the intro? I'm gonna show the intro one more time because I like this intro. All right, so you don't know about the Dune, the Deadpool sex buckets. This is okay. This might be a little bit over the top. I'm saying for Ryan Reynolds, even for him, this might be a little over the top. Because obviously they're mimicking the Dune bucket, the popcorn buckets. When everybody turned those into a meme and sex toys and stuff like that. Here's my thing. Stop trying to turn every popcorn bucket to a sex toy. It's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna do it. But they want to make it a thing, but it's not gonna be a thing. So that's all I got from there.
No, the butter had me dying. I was like laughing.
The butter at the end, I was like, okay, that's why I was almost scared to do. Cause like, if I play that, they might, like take this podcast down, shit like that. I think that was a little bit too far, but yeah. But the reason I think that Bad Boys is gonna be the highest gross movie because they have been advertising, and where they've been advertising, they've been advertising on TikTok. It's like Hollywood doesn't get it, and they get it. Bad Boys, every TikTok streamer, like the big guys, they've been doing, like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence have been doing stuff with them, so they've been pushing it. So I have a feeling this up until now, I think it'll be the highest grossing weekend. I think it's gonna beat Dune 2's weekend box office. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, Dune isn't cut out for this generation. I mean, their attention span, they can't, they can't sustain that attention. I just like I said, dude, I think this younger generation just isn't into movies like we were.
It really isn't. I mean, it's what we had, but it's not really what they think. They think in movies something we did. Yeah. That's why they're not really in a rush to rush out there. They're not really in a rush to even watch it when it comes out on home streaming.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch a movie on your phone. It doesn't matter anymore. Like movies don't matter as much as they used to. So
it's not an event like it used to be. That's why a lot of people are calling Endgame the last blockbuster. I've heard somebody call it that. That probably was, Yeah.
Probably was. Has any movies made up? Besides like Top Gun and shit.
Man, Top Gun, and I don't even count Barbenheimer and Barbie and all this shit like that because I just don't count them. But
we're gonna go down a rabbit. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole of movies. Yeah, let's.
We've done enough. We gave y'all plenty of show. We gave you more show than y'all needed.
Once again, we didn't have shit to talk about tonight.
Right. But y'all made it stretch it out. So yeah.
And we went on and on rambling about all kinds of shit.
Right. Like I said, so we're gonna give you this. So boom, we're gonna get it. So until then, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.